guess we might as well jump right into it, Devin. First game of the week, Jacksonville versus Buffalo in London. Again, and
Second game of the week.
second game of the week, first game
The
of
first game was obviously much better.
well, for Chicago fans. But
And you know what I did realize after we did the podcast?
what's up?
Dick Butkus died.
He did.
They weren't losing that game.
No. Yeah,
He
yeah.
died He died this week.
Yeah,
last week.
he died before that, before the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 days before.
Yeah, you probably should have won. But I went Washington.
We should have. Yeah, we should have packed it up.
So Jacksonville beats Buffalo 25-20. To be honest with you, when I was watching this game, we've been doubting the running game a lot. We've been doubting the running backs a lot. We've been doubting a lot of stuff. But ETN showed the
ETN was moving
up. That boy had 136 and 2 touchdowns. He was going absolutely
I thought he had 3.
crazy. Two rushing touchdowns is what I see. But then I go over to Buffalo, and what do they got? Who is their leading rusher, Devin? 14 yards. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is usually their leading rusher.
Absolutely.
Their new guy, James Cook, right?
James Cook had -4 yards.
Yeah, I mean.
-4 yards.
Now, what we didn't take into account is that Jacksonville was already in England. They stayed in London because they played last week.
I don't care.
Well, they said it made a difference. ETN said it made a big difference.
Okay, they could have played in Jacksonville and then stayed in Jacksonville. They played in London and stayed in London. I'm not really. I think the fact that they had 29 yards rushing has a lot more to do with why they lost, because it was a 5-point game. Trevor Lawrence showed up.
That sucks.
Josh Allen, he was there. He didn't play.
He wasn't the worst quarterback in the league, like some other guys.
There was another. We'll get to that. No, trust me. I'm on that wagon right now. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And I'm
not. Who do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm talking about my guy. I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm talking about y'all's receivers. Is what I'm talking about.
That's another. Don't worry. It's not 100%.
I'm talking about Mr. Drop Nation over there on the fucking right side of the field. I'm talking about that guy.
It's not 100% on one person. It ain't 100% on the person delivering the football. Trust me, Devin. But
no.
But when we're talking, we will get into that. Do not worry. But I don't. I think Jacksonville. I think
this is a big win for Jacksonville.
This is a huge win for Jacksonville. ETN was the game changer. Jacksonville showing up 3-2. I like it. I like it a lot. We both picked Buffalo. Honestly, we did not have the best week with predictions.
No, it was actually pretty terrible. But we also did say that Jacksonville could come out and win this game.
I had Buffalo 24-20. It was Jacksonville 25-20.
Yeah, I think I said like 31-24. I was close. Maybe I didn't say it was close. I don't remember. I don't remember most of it.
No. I remember a lot of things you said for the predictions, but I do remember you saying you could see Jacksonville and Buffalo being close, and I believe we both said we could see Jacksonville winning. But
yes,
Indianapolis versus Tennessee.
What the fuck?
So it's funny enough. My dad was asking me, did Indianapolis watch Anthony Richardson play in Florida? Like, do you think scouts watched his 6-6 season?
No.
Or did they just read his combine sheet and go oh, he's that tall, he can run
that? They did what I did, and they watched highlights.
What, the 5 minutes worth of highlights he's got? I mean, highlight? What highlights, Devin?
His only highlights, but
battling.
No, they did not.
They're gonna battle with Emory. He battled Emory Jones to see who could play worse, and then he came out the next year starter, went 6-6. Anthony Richardson, and then I'm sorry, he's not even the worst. He's when it comes to performing, I won't even shit on him that hard. When it comes to staying healthy, bro does not know what health. I don't think he can spell health at this point. I mean,
he's out for a month, which is good for the Colts.
I'm pretty sure Anthony Richardson has gotten hurt every game this year, maybe, possibly. I think so.
Well, the first game he got blown up.
Yeah.
Second game, he got hit again. Did not play the third game.
Yep.
And then
I don't know. Either way, we've already seen way too much Gardner Minshew than we should be seeing.
But he's winning football
He's winning
games.
football games, and that's the scary thing. That's the scary thing, bro. Because
I'd keep him in the rest of the year.
I don't know if, but that's the problem, Devin. It's like, how big of a fool do you look? Do you look like when like what do you do with Anthony Richardson? And the question,
Well,
is this too late or is this too early? Is this too early?
for sure, this is too early. But I mean, the signs of him being a great quarterback don't look incredible. What I think is more of a joke from the Indianapolis Colts is the fact that their guy, who they just paid $42 million over 3 years, just put up 18 yards, which is fine. First game back in a while. But their second string running back put up 165 and 2 touchdowns. And you're going to tell me that this fucker is worth 42 over 3 years? Get the fuck out of my ball sack. What are you doing? Like, how do you hold off for 4 weeks and say, oh, yeah, we need this guy in our shitty season with our other running quarterback? Fuck that. So dumb.
Yeah. The Colts. I think the Colts and the Broncos are definitely trying to out GM each other when it comes to
They
just
really are.
terrible business.
They
I
really
think
are.
that's what they're looking for. But here's the thing, though, Devin. What we say? Derrick Henry got 43 yards. Minshew was in.
Yep.
We
You can control that game.
I'm not
D
gonna.
Hop is a non-factor
It will.
if Derrick Henry is not good.
D Hop is a non-factor. D Hop had a couple grabs, but D Hop is not a factor because Ryan Tannehill is throwing him the football.
I mean, he
DeAndre
still had
Hopkins,
140, but
I don't
when they got
care.
down to that fucking red zone, they couldn't do a damn.
I don't
thing.
care. I don't care. He had 140. He had 140, bro. He had
Yeah.
140. Big fucking deal. I don't care. So okay. So okay, my bad, my fault. So we can shit on Dak for putting up crazy yards and losing football games, but we can't say nothing about D Hop getting 140, but
Oh, I know.
he's gonna
And
not
not doing
make
a
the
thing.
playoffs this year.
No.
But okay, my bad. Sorry, I didn't know we could say that. No, of course we can say that. D Hop needs
Well,
to go. D Hop needs to leave. D Hop needs to get out of this situation before it's too late, bro. Only got a couple years left.
D
And we
Hop
talking prime D Hop.
never should have been here.
No, but at the same time, Devontae Adams should have never went to the Raiders. But
But they just won a football game.
they won a football game versus a bad football team.
Who, if we had our other host on, would say that game was bullshit and Roger Goodell should go kill.
Well, I mean,
No, I don't disagree with that statement, but the Packers do suck, and their quarterback does suck.
what, bro went out and won like a game or two, and they're like, oh, he's Aaron Rodgers. The Packers don't miss.
There is no other.
The
Like,
Packers don't miss. This guy is not
if
Aaron
if
Rodgers.
if you think there's another Aaron Rodgers or another Brady in the league,
Mhm.
like at a very young age, the only one I see right now, I hate to say,
Say
Brock
it.
Purdy.
Say it again. No, say it again for the people in
It's
the
Brock
back.
Purdy. That's the only
Yes,
motherfucker
say
who,
it
number
fucking
one,
again.
doesn't give a shit about money.
Mm-mm.
Number two, has a chip hard as fuck on his motherfucking shoulder.
Mhm.
And number three is out there balling. I don't care who you got on that field. That man is not making mistakes.
Now,
He's balling.
Let's be real. This is a way better team than I think Brady might have ever had. But
No, I agree with that. But this is a guy who has not made mistakes. And you can't say that he's playing bad.
But
Or that he hasn't performed.
with all that being said, Colts win, Titans lose, and we both picked Tennessee, so that's a shame.
That's a damn shame. But again, we didn't know Gardner Minshew was going to play. If I knew Gardner was going to play,
let's go back
picking
to one of your best takes of last episode, Devin.
Uh-oh.
That might be how bad of a coach Bill Belichick really is.
Yeah. It's awesome, dude. I love it.
So
it's bad.
It's bad, bro.
I work with a guy who's from Boston. He's a Pats fan, and he's like, "Fucking Belichick senile." And I'm like, "Yeah, he is, dude."
The Patriots are terrible.
Like Belichick. I mean, but how do you pull a guy 2 straight games and then start him the next week every week?
Bro, how do you lose 34-0 to the New Orleans Saints? He didn't put up a point.
They got skunked.
He had his biggest loss last week, which was a 35-point loss, and then damn near beat it this week with a
Beat it.
34
I mean,
play
I
loss.
think this is probably their biggest blowout ever.
Well, I mean,
And
yeah.
also, Mac Jones has thrown 4 pick sixes in Gillette.
Yep.
Tom Brady threw that his entire career.
Yep. Yep. I know. I saw
And
that.
then this guy's a starting quarterback in the NFL, and we're out here making fun of Zach Wilson,
Bro.
who already
Okay.
for them both sucking is still better than Mac Jones.
I don't mean to bring him up, but can Mac Jones get at least the amount of hate Baker got?
Mac Jones, well, yeah, I know, but Baker. But here's the thing in the NFL: you get like if you sit in that like in between decent and really really bad where Mac Jones sits, then you don't get hurt. But if you're really really bad like Zach Wilson, or you're pretty decent and have bad games like Baker, that's when you get caught. But Mac Jones is sitting in that little pocket where he sucks, but no one cares. But he does suck, and he should be down where Zach Wilson is right now. Even though Zach Wilson just fucking won another football game.
I think I think Bill thought he could just draft another unathletic white guy and run a simple offense and I don't know, win games, but that's not happening. So what is
At
it?
all.
69 points.
Like,
69 points scored to them in the last 2 weeks.
nice.
Nice. That's beautiful.
And how many did they score?
They lost what 38-3 last week, so
3.
3 points, 3 points. So 69 to
Well,
3 in their last 3.
congratulations to the greatest coach of all time. You suck.
Yes. Speaking of the greatest coach of all time, he got a bye week, so we don't have to talk about Seattle's game.
Oh, yeah. That's our new spot.
That's a new conversation. That's a new conversation we're gonna have to start having. Depending and like we said, now Bill can't retire yet.
No, if he retires now, he's going to.
He's got to rebuild. Like he has to like now he has
But
to.
he could. But if I mean, this could go on for multiple. Like he'll probably die on the field. He will die.
Come on, bro. He's not gonna
No, he will.
die. He's not gonna
He'll
die
have a
on
heart
the
attack.
field. He's not gonna die on the field. That let's not.
Dude, he will coach till he dies, and Robert Kraft will blow him the whole way through because they're best buddies, and Robert Kraft is not firing Bill
And
Belichick.
that's the thing, bro. That seems like such a corrupt organization.
It's a buddy
Bill ain't going.
fucking,
Bill ain't
hey,
going nowhere.
let's go down to the fucking strip mall and get our peepees tugged on because we're cool guys.
All right, let's talk about the game that probably made me the most upset.
Well, I hope it does.
Devin. I mean, I'll let you go first, bro. Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll
loses.
go first.
Baltimore loses 17-0. 17-10. Excuse me.
17-10. I was watching that football game. Y'all go up 10 in the second quarter. Y'all are chilling. I'm like, damn, they got a decent offense going right now. Shit looks aight. Then the second half comes. Shit gets scary. It's 10-3. Then there's a safety because of a blocked punt. Then there's what? A field goal? And then a touchdown. And then I was at work and I was watching that ball. I don't remember what quarter, third or fourth. That ball thrown to Nelson Aguilar. That was easily the worst drop I've seen, maybe in NFL history. Like where it hits the sticky part of your gloves. Like no fingertips, no arms, sticky part of the gloves.
Devin.
And just let it fucking go.
Devin.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers get paid millions of dollars. These motherfuckers have been training almost their entire lives.
Just about.
These motherfuckers get brand new gloves before every game with enhanced technology every single year.
Mm-hmm.
I do not understand how these receivers, and it's not just the Ravens. We've already seen other teams this year. Shout out to Darius, but what the fuck? And it wasn't just Nelson, bro. Zay was acting funny that game. Zay was acting real funny, and you could tell. He dropped one across the middle that was beautiful. And I mean, he hands to his head immediately. He knew what he did. He was like, oh my. But I will say, with all that aside,
but that Nelson one would have been a touchdown if he caught that and took off.
But let's put everything aside. We make mistakes. We do what we do. We're still up 10-5 with the ball. The Steelers muff a punt. We have the ball at the 5-yard line. The game is in Lamar Jackson's hands.
It is
I don't
in that
care.
point.
I don't care. Like just how in
The other stuff, yeah, it doesn't matter.
the Colts game, to me, that was in the coach's hands.
Sure.
That was a game we shouldn't have been in. Shouldn't have been that close.
Should
but
never have been in that
either
spot.
way, those mistakes were made, and if it wasn't for to me poor coaching decisions, we could have won that game.
Sure.
This game, if it came down to Lamar, you're making. Let's be real, Lamar's clutchness, I don't think has really been questioned because when it comes to Lamar in a close game, he's made things happen, but sometimes he just does. There's some games he just doesn't show up at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
you take Miami's 5 touchdowns in the fourth quarter game, and there's not that much. I mean, my brain is so like jammed with Lamar Jackson games, but you can go to down 10 points to the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, down 19 points versus the Colts. I mean, there's games where Lamar under pressure, he is fine. Now
stepped up, yeah.
And we're talking about regular season. We're not talking about postseason. I understand that he's got a problem in the postseason for now. But hey, right now,
yeah,
the game's in your hands. 5-yard line, you throw a shitty ass ball,
a terrible ball,
interception. And you know who else played terrible in the fourth quarter? Those other 11 guys that get paid a lot of money on the defensive side of the ball.
And the guy who just came back from injury and was supposed to help your defense.
Oh, you know what's a great idea, Devin? Let's put the guy who just came back from a foot injury, man on man, single coverage,
on the fastest receiver on their team.
No help over top. 0 help over top.
Not one safety. Kyle's not anywhere to be seen.
0 help over top. Let's put him on George.
With the game on the line.
With the game on, let's put him on George Pickens. Why not? Fuck it.
Why not?
But yeah, no, and the strip, Lamar fumbles at, they still had like a minute or so to come back and win that game, but hey.
It was the pick. I mean, if y'all scored a touchdown, it's 17-5. It's not happening.
Look, there's a lot of things that.
But 14 points in the fourth quarter for the Steelers is absurd.
I know. I'm disappointed, but right now, Lamar folded.
Because honestly, y'all are way too good of a team to be playing like that. And for as much as injuries have hurt y'all still have a decent squad out there who are just fucking up.
Lamar is making me look like an idiot. I'm trying to put him in top 5 conversations that he might not belong in.
I thought he was there. I mean, he's shown that he can be. He has multiple times.
But Brian, I understand, and I
even this season. But it does feel like to me like y'all always play better against teams who are good.
We play down to the level of our
every
competition,
game.
Bro.
Every game. Anytime y'all will go out and play the Chiefs. Y'all played the Rams in 2019. Had a crazy game against them. Like y'all will go out and play great teams and put up crazy numbers and play great defense.
But we're gonna lose.
And then you go out and play the Colts. You go out and play the Steelers.
We're gonna lose to the Steelers, who just got blown out by Houston last week, mind you. Who only put up 9 points on Houston last week?
Like,
what did Houston?
I'm not a fan of y'all, but it is crazy to see that this good of a team is performing like this.
Hey, you didn't have to I know you're not a fan of us, golly.
No, I'm just telling the people.
They know
why I'm upset.
Trust me, they know who you're a fan of, but
do I know who I'm a fan of? Because right now I want to fucking kill everybody.
If Washington had these expectations and this level of talent in their team, I'd be pissed off for you. I'd be like, well, y'all can't go out and lose to the Giants. Y'all can't go out and do that.
If Sam Howell, I'm gonna be honest. If Sam Howell was getting paid $50 million, I'd be very upset.
Like I look, the receivers.
I would be livid.
The receivers, did they drop some balls? Yeah. They don't get paid $250 million fucking dollars. All right. So that $250 million becomes very, very important when the game is on the line and the ball is in your hands. So, hey, whatever. We're tied 3-2 with the Steelers in the AFC North. To a lot of people, it's wide open. I still believe by week 10 it'll be ours, but I guess we'll have to see.
What'd I tell you?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What did I tell you?
Don't do that.
What? Wait,
You
no, I'm
don't
happy now. No, no,
don't
no,
do
no, no. I was just upset.
don't
Now
do
I'm
that.
happy.
Devin, don't do
Who
that.
who scored the final touchdown? Fucking
Devin,
G
Devin,
pick.
Devin, Devin, Devin. The Steelers should be 0-5. The Steelers should
They
be
should.
0-5.
They
So
should.
don't do that. Don't do that. That
But
they
their defense.
but their defense nothing. Their defense what?
Their defense held y'all to 10 points.
That's great. And their defense held
I
the
what?
Tex-
But I
Hold
was
on,
I
hold
was
on, hold on.
down
And
on
their
my Steelers
defense
thing.
held the Texans to 30 points. Okay, my
Yep.
bad. That's an historic defense. I'm so sorry, Devin. I did not mean to offend you and your Steeler fan.
But the Steelers do suck.
The Steelers
But
suck.
they're tied atop the AFC North.
But like I said, by week 10,
The Steelers suck.
this won't be a
They
problem to
do.
me. By week 10, the AFC North will not be I don't think
I fucking
I think the
hope
case will be
not.
closed, bro. But hey, whatever. I might be wrong. Giants versus Miami. 31-16. Miami wins without a doubt. And they turned the ball over 3 times. They turned the ball over 3 times and won 31-16. So I mean, shit. We don't know what the score could end up being. And they could have went out and dropped another 70 bomb if they wanted to. But Daniel Jones sucks.
Yeah.
I saw this thing. It said Daniel Jones looks like Jim Carrey acting
Yeah.
as a quarterback in a movie. And
Yes.
and now
He's
I can't.
goofy as fuck. He's a goofy boy. Again, I'm
He's
telling you, these UNC and these Duke quarterbacks are a bunch of bitches. They suck.
that I don't really have much to say about that game. Tyreek
I
Hill
mean,
is
I'm
really
glad that the Dolphins won and they fucking played a decent enough game. Chain is still a fucking absolute. Did you see that fucking play where he busted up the sideline for fucking yards?
that chain is ridiculous.
He's fast as
And
fuck.
why is it every team? It seems like every team Mostert goes to, there's just somebody else better. Like,
Better than him, I know.
Because Mostert's not bad, bro. It's like he's not
I
bad,
know, he's good.
but then it's like somebody else comes in and they're just way better than he
They're
is.
like, dude, get out of here.
But that's cool. Hey, Raheem Mostert as your backup running back can't be too mad.
No.
Detroit versus Carolina. Great day.
Fucking great for Detroit. I'm glad they smoked the piss out of them because they deserve that. And the Panthers suck.
The Lions are 4-1, Devin.
I like the
The
sound of
Lions
that.
are
The Panthers
four.
are 0-5.
The Lions are 4-1, and let's be real. Because if my memory serves me, the Lions should. Okay. I'll get. Let's be real. They beat the Chiefs, lost to the Seahawks, so I'll make it fair. I'd say there's a chance where they could be 5-0. They lost in OT.
But-
they lost in OT. Remember, they lost in OT to the Seahawks, so it took them an extra quarter to lose. These boys are 4-1.
But I think 4-1's a great spot for him.
Amazing.
I think Jared Goff is confident again. I think those last couple of years in LA, or the last year in LA, he wasn't very confident. Wasn't very good. They bolstered their team to now they have better receivers, better running backs, and their defense is not bad.
Is Detroit a top?
It's not great.
Is Detroit a top 5 team in the NFC?
In the NFC, yes.
Top 4?
Potentially top 3.
I was gonna say are they top 3?
Seahawks, Eagles,
Whoa.
Lions.
Niners.
Nope.
Eagles.
I was thinking Seahawks. I 100% meant Niners.
Niners, Eagles. I don't know if I can put Seattle over the Rams yet.
Well, I think it's
them boys,
Niners,
the Rams,
Eagles, Lions, Rams, Seahawks. We'll figure it out in power rankings.
Okay, I know. The recency bias is making you very happy to shit on Dallas, but they're still in the conversation.
They're not.
They are.
They weren't weeks ago when they were winning games.
Dallas and Seattle are close. They're in the same conversation.
No. Yes, I thought you were talking about the same conversation with Detroit, right?
No. The top three, no. Top 3,
5,
absolutely not. But I think they could. They're still pushing top 5.
But I have there's quite literally there's a lot of people I hate in the MLB, but there's no one I hate more in the NFL than Dak Prescott. And
Is this?
his words this year have made me more mad than anyone could ever make me.
I mean, let's jump to
Not
that
true.
game then, because bro quadrupled his interception amount in one night.
Are we skipping a bunch of games? We are, but that's fine.
We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. But Dak
Yes.
Prescott quadruples the amount of interceptions.
All right.
He went in
Do you,
with
do
one.
you,
He went out with four. Devin,
here's something that's very interesting that I learned about the human brain.
what's up? Will you keep
It,
banging over there?
I
Stop
didn't
banging
mean
that.
to. I hit
Oh,
something.
okay. I was gonna say.
I can start banging stuff. I'll fly to Florida right now.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
What'd you learn about the human brain?
Is that the brain cannot comprehend the negative. And I learned this playing golf. So, golf is a very mental sport, you know? So, when you go out and play golf, say there's water on a hole, if you say to yourself, don't think about the water, what do you think about?
I'm assuming the answer is water.
The water.
Okay.
Now, if you train yourself to think about just the place where you want to land the golf ball, then you will only see that. When you come out and you think about football and you say, hey, I'm not going to throw interceptions. What are you thinking about the whole time you're throwing a football? Is how you're scared of throwing interceptions. Dak looked like a little bitch out there. He was running like a goddamn fool. He was throwing the ball like a pussy. He no zip on that football. It was fucking horrendous. It was terrible football. He's taking sacks 20 yards back. He's throwing a deep ball into double coverage that's 10 yards past the fucking guy. It was terrible football. Horrible.
No, yeah, no, no,
Top
no.
to bottom.
Yeah, no. The Cowboys 42-10 lost to the 49ers. We're gonna get to the 49ers in a second, but Dak played like shit. And let's be real, bro.
Horrible.
They we weren't hyping them up because we said they were yet to be challenged. Because what they played both MetLife teams
Yeah.
and they lost to
Cardinals.
Arizona.
They lost to Arizona.
But then who else did they beat? Because or is that it? That's all they were. That's it. No.
No, there was
Yeah,
one more game.
let's say I'm skipping an entire week.
Well, they beat another team. I don't know who.
The Patriots. The Patriots. Okay. Yeah,
Which
they beat
is
the
a
Patriots.
walkthrough.
So right now, this might be a crazy overreaction, but I mean, they're definitely not winning the East.
No, not with the Eagles.
And I know we say the NFC may be depleted when we get into the wild card area, but they're gonna have to push for like a 6 or 7 seed.
I know.
Like they might be lucky there's a 7 seed in the NFL playoffs now.
But
This year.
here's the thing: if they do make the playoffs,
They're fucking smoked.
you got a terrible playoff coach, and you got a terrible playoff quarterback. So I don't know what the fuck they're going for this year. Because Dak is not the answer. He will never be the answer. Yes, he's a good player who's put up great numbers. But he sucks.
He sucks. And we were sitting here saying
You're getting outperformed by a guy who was picked 262. And you know why he's outperforming? Because he could give a fuck. He's playing there like his balls are fucking hanging out of his face. He's playing like a dog. Because that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about that bag. He cares about fucking winning football games because he's a dog.
And we were waiting to see him tested. We were waiting to see him versus a defense. And when we saw him,
we saw him against the defense,
and
dude.
we were calling out Kittle, and we said we were wondering when he's going to show up.
And then Kittle pissed on everybody. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Bro, and that was the first game of his career with 3 touchdowns.
Ever.
And I was playing you. When I was playing in my league? Yeah. I was about to say I was playing you with George Kittle.
Oh, yeah.
He picked a bad week to have his best game of his career, but
I know.
No, the Niners are that is a scary team.
It is absurd, this football team.
Atlanta versus Houston. I mean, it was 21-19. I still don't.
I don't hate Houston.
I still don't hate that. Like, they're obviously no threat or anything, but like,
I did pick Atlanta, correct?
Let's go to that game. Yes, you picked Atlanta.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like, I think
that was a shot in the dark.
When it comes to expectation versus reality, Houston looks a lot better than Atlanta losing by 2 than Atlanta does winning by 2 versus them. If
By
that makes any
far,
sense.
yes.
Um,
And I think this shows how
Falcons are garbage.
and how bad all the teams that played the Falcons and lost to them are. Like
Yeah, like I don't. There's
the
like this
Falcons are not scary except for Bijan.
to me. We don't expect Houston to do anything. They lost by 2 versus a team that was supposed to. Hey, they're up and coming. They got hey, this Desmond Ritter guy, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, all this shit, and it's like I don't. They
Kyle
kind of suck.
Pitts,
Kyle, I forgot him.
Kyle Pitts,
just like I mean, it seems like the whole NFL forgets about him every Sunday. So I mean, I don't.
because his quarterback forgets about him every Sunday.
Well, all it seems like all his quarterbacks forget him because Kyle Pitts. I mean, what has he done ever?
Nothing.
Nothing. Um, but yeah, so yeah, you did pick Atlanta. I went with Houston that game, but
Yeah, I don't know.
speaking of games,
My explanation for that was just Bijan, but he didn't do anything much. He had 46 yards and that cool slow mo play, which was pretty sick. Did you see that?
yeah,
Where he catches it and straddles his
uh-huh.
back, and it's cool. But
Yeah, I mean it was great, it was cool, it was awesome. But another game that we disagreed on, Philly versus LA. Um,
who'd I pick?
you picked LA.
I did.
You did. You picked the Rams to beat Philly.
Oh, I said
Um,
Puka and Tutus. We're gonna
and
go nuts.
and Cooper Cup was back, had over 100 yards. So I mean, Cooper Cup is back. If you were wondering, Cooper Cup is back.
He
23 to
is.
14. Philly's run game is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you go over to Philly, I believe their running game looked a little okay. Yeah, Jalen Hurts was 72 yards. DeAndre Swift was 70 yards. So them alone put up 140. I mean,
Well, yeah, 159 total compared to LA with 54.
but I
Nick
mean,
Sirianni's kind of a good coach.
the Rams can still be a threat.
Yeah.
But I think
Well, a mild threat.
a mild threat, but I think Philly's heard the noise. I think people were a little doubtful, especially on a team who was 4-0 going into this.
And they were
And you
what
projected
9-0 when we beat them last year.
you projected your doubts for Philly.
Which now was this win like a blowout, massive, convincing win? No, but the Rams are a pretty decent team.
It was a
But
two-score win versus a team that we think's making the playoffs this year.
that is fair. But I think the ultimate test in the NFC is still the Niners.
The
So,
Niners, but hey, we just want to see Niners Eagles. So hopefully
and that's what will happen again.
So yeah, we will get that.
What is weird to me is that how corrupt the NFL is, the Cowboys still suck. I love it. I love it.
um,
It's the best.
Cincinnati versus Arizona.
Yeah, thank God they fucking did something. Jesus Christ.
So here's the thing, though.
And
Before
I benched Joe Burrow.
you bench Joe Burrow, but before outscoring Arizona 17-6 in the second half,
Yeah,
they were struggling.
they were
They
struggling,
were struggling a little bit. I mean,
especially defensively.
they got it together, but Cincinnati still seems a little bit off. I mean, I'm not
Oh, big time.
them beating Arizona is not holding much weight.
No, Arizona is the biggest weird. It's the weirdest team in football right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they're a team that has, yes, a terrible defense, but their offense, for some reason, has been on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Like, they put up 30 points in multiple games. They put up 20. Like, I it's wild.
And Cincinnati's 2-3. I mean,
Which is awesome.
I really don't. I don't know. I don't have much to
But
explain.
for how bad they've played, they're very lucky that they're 2-3.
I will say, a game that I'm glad we both predicted right was the Jets beating Denver.
Yeah, that was very close. But I do have I'll bring it up after, but I have qualms.
What's up? Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna yell.
No, go ahead. What's up? What do you? Is this about this game?
Yeah.
What? Get it off your chest.
Why the fuck are we celebrating this fucking jackass named Nathaniel Hackett?
What do you mean?
Sean Payton last year, or this year, when he became the coach of the Broncos,
Mm-hmm.
said that Nathaniel Hackett had one of the worst coaching seasons of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did he or did he not have one of the worst coaching seasons of all time? He did. The Broncos were fucking horrendous.
Sure.
But that does not mean that we need to go out here and give a game ball to some bald dildo named Nathaniel Hackett, who's on a garbage team with a garbage quarterback. Fuck that guy. He had a shitty season last year. He'll suck as a head coach for the rest of his career if he ever makes it again.
Whoa. What?
But the fact that it's illegal to say that a guy had a fucking bad season without getting bashed is bullshit.
Okay, no. Oh, okay. Here, listen. This is what you're missing. Devin. Sean Payton was talking all this shit
They suck too. I get that.
and is 1-4.
I get that.
He is 1-4, Devin.
But
This
you're
has
allowed
nothing
to talk
do.
shit when they still sucked.
But it's like every week it's something. It's like they lost to their former ball boy. They lost to Jack Del Rio, their former this. They lost it's like they lost to Nathaniel Hackett. They've been like they are losers. They're straight losers, Devin.
They are.
They are losers.
But so is Nathaniel Hackett.
He ain't as buddy.
And so is Jack Del Rio.
He ain't as big of a loser as
This is a battle
Denver
of the
is.
jackass losers.
The question is, do the Jets end up sneaking in the playoffs and
No.
make a playoff run with Aaron Rodgers? Why not?
The top two teams in the AFC East are going to be the Bills and the motherfucking Dolphins. The Patriots will never be seen again, but there will be teams with better records than the poopy Jets.
Okay, real quick then. The Jets are 2-3. The Jets are 2-3. Okay, they're 2-3. Do they lose to the Eagles? Yes, they're 2-4. Do they beat the Giants? I think they have a chance. I think they have a very huge chance. So let's say yes. Let's say they're 3-4. Then they got the Chargers. What are you giving them?
No.
You're giving them a loss potentially without Austin Eckler and no Mike Williams.
They could win that game.
Okay, we'll say 3-5 then. We'll say
all right.
5. We'll say 3-5.
Washington.
They get to play Houston. They get to play y'all. They get to play They get to play the Patriots. They get to play the Falcons. They get to play the Raiders.
They also have to play the Dolphins and the Bills again.
Yeah, but they can make the playoffs with a 10-7 record.
I don't think they're going 10-7. And you know what? All right, here's my thing.
I think the Jets finished with a better record this year than the Steelers do. And I think if they go 10-7,
I think that's possible.
I think if they go 10-7, they make the playoffs.
Potentially. But now that you're bringing this up, the thing that I would love to see more than anything is Zach Wilson take this team to the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers start in the playoffs, and then lose. That would make my whole life. That would be better than anything you could ever think of.
You should be rooting for the Jets to find
that
a
would
way
be
to
the best.
You should be rooting for them to find a way to make the playoffs. You should be rooting for them. You should want the Jets to make the playoffs. You should want them to find a way, go 10-7.
Well, now I am. I've thought of an alternate universe where I can root for them.
Okay, so Patriots, I think they could get a dub. Browns, I think they could get a dub. Commanders, I think they could get a dub. Houston, I think they can get a dub. Falcons, I think they can get a dub. Raiders, I think they can get a dub. So that's 8 wins right there.
Now, here's the thing. How many times are we right about who can think we can get a dub?
Giants, I think they can
get wrong.
Giants, I think they can get a dub. That's 9 wins. They go ahead and steal one from the Chargers. They got to play they steal one from I don't know yet, but
but we could go down and do that with every team. That's the best possible scenario.
Okay, but this is the one scenario that is more interesting than a lot of other teams that could make the playoffs because we have a chance to see because the whole scenario as soon as Aaron Rodgers got hurt and they won that game versus Buffalo, it was wait a second. What if Aaron Rodgers recovers and really does and the Jets really do find some miracle way to make the playoffs?
They lose in the playoffs.
Sure, you say that, but I'm saying is that not more of an interesting story than?
But here's the thing: if you're gonna have Zach Wilson make the playoffs, and you go, "Hey, A-Rod, you suck in the playoffs. Take our football." That's
Okay,
got to be a
but you
real
said it.
cock
You
move,
already said it yourself that he played with a coach who's terrible in the playoffs, and he didn't have he didn't have a team as good as
Well, then he
team.
played with another coach.
Who sucks in the playoffs.
Well,
Who
both of them sucked
sucks in the
in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
No, but here's the thing. All of Matt LaFleur's seasons in the playoffs were with Aaron Rodgers. Mike McCarthy showed that he was bad in the playoffs without Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, but
With
Matt
the Cowboys.
LaFleur with Jordan Love isn't going to get a chance to show how bad he is in the playoffs. So
Matt LaFleur should never, ever be in the playoffs again. He will have 2 bad seasons in Green Bay and then get fired.
yes, thank you. All right.
Because I hate that guy.
Kansas City versus Minnesota. You said blowout. You said blowout. You said on
Ugh.
last episode that this game was going to
Did
be a
I?
blowout. And 27-20, the Vikings put up a fight.
They did,
played.
but it never really felt out of their control, you know.
No, it was getting dicey. It was definitely, especially when Kelsey got hurt. It was getting a little dicey.
Did you know that I turned off the Orioles game in the second inning to watch this football game?
I would have assumed you probably turned the Orioles game off pretty early. Yeah.
Yeah, first inning.
Shout out to them. At least you know they're not cheating. Because they're because they're okay.
Dude, I will. My dog is right next to me. I will kill that fucking dog. I know he doesn't play for the Orioles, but I don't care.
Oh my god! All right, the final.
Someone asked me today. They're like, "Are you watching the game tomorrow?" I'm like, I would rather gouge my eyes out than watch that baseball game tomorrow. I'm not watching it.
You're not
I don't
watching
care.
it. What if they?
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm done. We're not
if-
winning 3 straight. I don't give a fuck.
What if they do?
Well, here's the thing. If we win tomorrow and then we win the next day, Game 5 is Friday the 13th in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool scenario.
Okay.
But I don't care. I want us to lose tomorrow so I don't have to go through this anymore. I'm serious. All
right, I feel you. We got one more game from this week though, and that's Green Bay versus Vegas. Devin.
Yeah, it happened tonight.
You picked Green Bay, bro.
Did I
What's up with you? What's up?
No. Don't say what's up with me,
you, bro?
dude. Don't fucking say what's up with me.
What is up with you, bro? You over here?
No, because the fucking
teams.
all right. Number one, that's a fucking close game. Both fucking teams suck.
But Jordan Love sucks.
Well, so does fucking Jimmy G
strings. He's better than Jordan Love.
Jordan Love threw 3 picks, no touchdowns. Oh, fuck.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Jordan Love is better than Dak Prescott. No,
Jordan Love's better than Dak Prescott. Absolutely not. He's not better than Dak Prescott.
Who is good anymore? Is Brock Purdy the only good quarterback in the league?
Brock Purdy,
and Patrick Mahomes.
They might be the 2 best quarterbacks in the
Is that it?
That might be
Jalen Hurts, maybe. I don't know.
It's not Lamar. It's not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson ain't in the conversation right now. But
nope. I hate sports, dude. I hate it all. You
just hate sports because you thought
I've had a bad week.
You thought the Orioles had a chance. You really did. You went in thinking like, hey.
But then I went into hindsight and I was like, we have no chance.